Hello. Good evening, everybody. I'm was reading through I have an online not an online journal, but a journal that I keep on my computer because I don't like writing stuff out, and I was reading through a lot of these things that I've written, and this is something that I wrote randomly, I think one day after meditating, and I think it's interesting. So I'm going to read it and then I'll kind of talk about it. Why do we love? We love because it is the feeling of being needed and wanted. We love so we do not have to face ourselves. We distract ourselves with love. We lose ourselves in another person, and somehow everything is right in the world. At least for a little while. And then, most of the time, that love does not enable us to grow or make us better. Most of the time, it somehow turns toxic and unhealthy. It turns into a need for the other person, a fix, an addiction. Then you get so wrapped up in that being miserable in the relationship is somehow better than being alone, because at least we aren't miserable alone. Why can we not stand the thought of being alone, being with ourselves? What has society done to us that has made us believe that we need love in order to thrive? Love is the most powerful thing on the planet, but not necessarily romantic love. Pure love is the love that flows within us that not a lot of us have tapped into yet. I want that love. My life has been spent going from man to man, and I always end up miserable because I put my happiness in someone else's hands. I'm relying on them to provide me with happiness. I'm relying on them to fill the empty parts in me. It's wrong, and so many people do it. What do I do? How do I fix it? So, this was from a while ago for me. I think I wrote this, I don't know, probably over 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, something like that. But I find it interesting because, no, of course, not everybody's love is like this, what I've written out here. Not everybody's experience with love is like this. But what's sad, and the reason I wrote this, is more and more with the way that the world is, with social media, with the movies and TV shows that we have, more and more love is becoming this, because with all the technology we have out there and just everything that's going on in the world these days, I feel like somewhere along the lines we lost ourselves. We lost that as a whole. We lost that knowing of how to connect with yourself and love yourself, rather than needing someone else to fill the holes inside of you. Like, many of us have different addictions that fill in the empty parts of yourselves. We've got alcohol, gambling, sex, love, whatever, cocaine, I don't know. The one that I've struggled with is love. Like, in the past, I've needed to be loved in order to feel like I'm worth something. But reading through this, I realized how far I've come in 8 months, first of all. Just spending time with myself and really getting to know myself and figuring out that I can provide myself with everything that I need. But I think it's so important I think the way that society sets us up to think that we need to live our lives in a certain timeline. Like, okay, you need to be dating, you need to be, once you meet someone you're compatible with, you need to get engaged, and then you get married, and then you have your kids, and you buy your house, and you do this, and you have to do it, and it's like, but why is that portrayed as the way that we need to live our lives? Like, why do we have to have the husband or the wife or the girlfriend or the family or the perfect house and the retirement plan in order to feel whole, in order to feel validated and worthy? Why do we need that? Like, why I think that it's so important, and I think that there should be something like in high school or in college where like you're required to sit with yourself and spend a certain amount of time with yourself, no phone, no internet, no TV, and figure out how to be single and how to be happy on your own. I think it's so important, and I think that's where I went wrong, is because growing up I watched a lot of like love movies and stuff like that, and I didn't think it was doing any harm. And I don't think it really did any harm watching love movies, but it gave me this idea of what my life should look like. So like I was just waiting to fall in love, and as soon as I found something that even resembled love, I grabbed onto it and I was like, all right, this is it. Let's do it. Okay, my life begins now. And like, I mean, I was obviously so wrong, but I don't regret it because I got my daughter out of all, out of my experiences and everything. But, and, I gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of lessons. But I think that if I were to have required myself to be single for a while, for like a year or something, I don't even know what the timeline should be, but I think that we should all be required to just be single and learn how to figure our stuff out on our own and show ourselves that we can give ourselves everything that we need, all the love and stability and abundance that we need. We don't need someone else to give us that. And until you're on your own and you're doing it, you don't realize it. So like a lot of, like when I was in my relationships, I was like, oh, I could do it on my own. I'd be fine. But then once I was thrown into it and I actually left my ex-husband, it was a really painful experience. And I realized that I was really filling voids inside myself with love from other people. I was putting my happiness in someone else's hands. Like, here's my heart. Take care of it. Here, you're responsible for my happiness. No, you're not responsible for my happiness. I'm responsible for my happiness. And if and you're responsible for your happiness. And if we want to be happy together, great. But my happiness does not depend on you. That's how it should be. My happiness does not depend on you. You do not have to do anything for me in order for me to be happy. I do that for myself. And we can meet in the middle and be happy together, but we have to give ourselves everything that we need first. So a lot of times people end up in these relationships where love stifles them. It holds them back from being their best selves because people are so scared of losing each other that they hold on, and they're like they don't want, like, say I remember when I was in my marriage and I was like I was in a rut or something, and I wanted to start wearing more dresses, or like really like just I went through a phase where I was like trying to like present myself better, because during my job I really didn't wear makeup and stuff. So like when I got off my job, I was really trying to better myself. I was working out a lot and putting on makeup more and stuff, and I remember my ex-husband feeling so threatened by that. Like any change in the dynamic made him feel threatened, made him feel like he was gonna lose me because, oh, you're working out more? Why are you working out more? Who do you need to look good for? And stuff like that. So it's like you're scared of change because you're scared of losing the other person by them being their best selves. So, but like, that's not how it should be. And I did the same kind of stuff to him too. That's why I knew we were unhealthy, and that's why I left. Because I don't want to be in a relationship that turns me into that kind of person. When I don't want to be that kind of person. The love that I want is, I want you to be free to be exactly who you are, and I want to be free to be exactly who I am. I want you to shine your light out into the world. I want you to be your best fucking self, and I always want to be pushing you to be your best self. I want you to be on a path of growth because I'm on a path of growth. And if you're not focusing on always bettering yourself and how you can better yourself and up level to the next period of your life, what's next, then and you're looking to me to fill a void in you, then it's not going to work. That's not how it should be. Love should not be, oh, you bring this and you're going to fill this void in me and I'm going to fill this void in you. No, because that means that if they ever leave, then you're missing something. You're not missing anything. You're not missing a damn thing. It's all in here. You have everything you need inside you. You just have to spend enough time with yourself to figure it out. So, yeah, I mean, and that's not to say don't love. I just think that we have to be so careful. I thought it was interesting for me to read back over that and kind of see where I was 8 months ago and what I was thinking about and stuff like that. But I've come a long way because I no longer feel like I have to fix anything about myself or I have to do anything in order for me to get the love that I need. I understand now. I have all the love that I need. I'm providing myself with everything that I need, and then if someone comes along that can match my energy about life and match the fact that they're giving everything that they need to themselves already and that they don't require anything from me that I'm not already putting out there, like, then we're golden. We can energetically match each other's what we have to offer. Like, it's just a beautiful thing. You're happy on your own. I'm happy on my own. Let's just be happy together. Like, simple as that. So, of course, I know not everybody views love the same way I do. I mean, a lot of people have much different experiences with love, and everybody has different beliefs based on religion and whatever, upbringings, and to each their own. I am not telling you to live your life in any different way. I am just telling you from my experience, like, and the way that society sets us up. You don't have to love the way that other people tell you to love. Love should make you feel free. Love should make you feel more like yourself, like you're on your way to just growing. Like, you should always be growing together, not holding each other back. All right, well, you guys have an amazing night. That's all I have to say.